Prime-time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening, I'm Jace Mackey. We begin tonight with the heroic story of a local man's determination to help save his neighbors from a fire. Please open up! That's Travis Levesky trying to notify his neighbors of a nearby fire. Mike Champagne and his family were inside at the time. Travis ultimately broke the door down and was able to help the family evacuate safely.
We were asleep. My whole family was asleep, and then around 4 o'clock in the morning, there was a big bang at the door. Woke my wife up. She woke me up. We thought we were getting broken into, so I jumped out of bed and come around the corner, and that's when the door comes flying open, and Travis comes in the door, and he's yelling, "Hey, you guys, everyone in this house, get out right now, there's a fire." And that's when I looked and I could see the flames through the front door, and then the fight or flight mode kicked in, and I started running around the house to find my kids. Found my son, told him to get outside, went downstairs where my daughter sleeps, and so yeah, I went downstairs where my daughter sleeps, and he followed me down there, and he helped me look for her because she'd actually already run out the front door, but we didn't notice.
The entire Champagne family was able to make it out of the house along with the family dog. Mike has since posted the video to Facebook, where it has now gone viral.
A lot of love, a lot of people calling him a hero. I call him a hero. The man is a good man in my books. So.
The fire department are still investigating the cause of the fire and say there were no injuries. Well, we all saw it outside with the first snowfall of the year. Many people are rushing out to grab those winter essentials. We went down to a local hardware store to find out what you might need to be prepared for this season. Hats, scarves, sleds, and toboggans are staples for the season. To get that white stuff off the driveway, you might want a snow thrower or shovel. Whether you're looking for a gas-powered heavy-duty unit or a kid's shovel to get help from the little ones. If you're scraping the snow and ice and that isn't working, salts and sands are in all varieties are available.
First of all, I wanted the Lloyd Minster that we got them covered. We have the ice melts, all kind of ice melts in jugs, in bags. We have the pet-friendly one. We have the eco traction one where some people prefer using. And of course, the usual old-fashioned ice melts.
Our Shelby Clark will have everything you need to know about the snow in our weather segment. Recently, Holy Rosary High School had their fall award ceremony honoring the academic excellence of the students. Many students cheered loud and proud for each of their names while each of their names were called, and our Shelby Clark has more in this week's Beyond the Classroom.
Certificates like Honors Distinction and Great Distinction were handed out to students along with gold, silver, and bronze academic awards. Certain students also received the Faith Award, Excellence in French Award, and the Outstanding Leadership Award.
It's really exciting. I think that we know that the kids get really involved in the extracurricular, but it's awesome to see how excited they get about the academic excellence of our students, and something that obviously school is all about. So it's awesome to see.
Each award meant how well the students' grades were in their class and for all the achievements they've accomplished. Students from Holy Rosary High School that are headed into college have even received strong support from donors in the community.
The students who are at university right now have been receiving their scholarships from our local scholarship donors over the last month or so. So it's exciting for them right now to be receiving that and being recognized by the community. So we're so grateful for all of the support that community clubs, our school division SCCs, different organizations, and some scholarship memorial donations that we get.
Staff were delighted to see students recognize their own academic achievements and cheer each other on. The students that received the awards were proud and hoped to motivate others on reaching their goals. Winner of the Leadership Council Award for Grade 8, Carter Hummel, wasn't expecting to receive the award.
It gave me a little mini heart attack. I'll tell you that. It gave me a little jolt of happiness as I looked over to my friends and they were all cheering and clapping. And I saw my mom sitting down and I was just happy that I won something.
Carter believes this honor shows how to help others not only in sports, but the classroom as well.
Just be yourself. If you be yourself, you help out others. You make sure to pay attention in class. Like if you're sleeping in class, not going to do you any well. But if you're paying attention in class, doing your work, getting it done on time, and then participating in extracurricular activities and helping out like your coaches if they needed to demonstrate something, anything, and that'll just help out a lot to get this award. And being yourself, for me, that's all I really needed to do, and got me this.
And that's it in this week's Beyond the Classroom.
At Lakeland College, our students go beyond the classroom for immersive, hands-on learning experiences. It's about experiencing the real world, because the real world doesn't wait, and neither do we.
Now it's time for us to check in with Shelby Clark for a weather update on this snowy day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jace Mackey. Glad to be back in studio for today, but not too happy with this weather outside. I came back on the wrong day, that's for sure. Right now here in the border city, we are sitting at -4, and of course we are seeing that snowfall. We've been seeing that throughout the day, so hopefully everybody has layered up quite a bit because we are seeing some strong winds outside as well. So hopefully everybody's got their boots on, their winter coats, and you're nice and warm because we are going to be cooling down quite a bit. And winter season is finally here, but at least we are just sitting at -4. We aren't quite at those -20s just yet. Switching over to temperatures across the region of Alberta and Saskatchewan. On the Alberta side, most spots seeing that -3, -4 point as well. So definitely have cooled down as we are into the minuses now. -5 for Edmonton and Vegreville. We're seeing -6 for St. Paul and Lac La Biche. So some spots are seeing some slightly cooler temperatures, but not too bad. Switching over to our Saskatchewan side, they are looking around the same conditions with those -3s and -4s. Some spots higher up with Pearceland, Green Lake, and Isla Cross, seeing that -2, so not looking too rough. They're slightly warmer compared to the Alberta side, just with seeing those -2s. And we go a bit lower down, we start to cool down with -4 and -3 in both Macklin and down in North Battleford there. And for overnight, North Battleford, they will be going down to a low of -10. They will be seeing that -10 there for their evening temperature. So reaching those double digits, we are getting cooler and cooler. Make sure you got your furnaces on. They will be seeing that snow kind of heavy throughout times in the evening, and they will be seeing 6 to 12 centimeters. So just be prepared. We are going to be seeing definitely some more snow coming up here, especially for North Battleford tonight. And then tomorrow they will be looking at -6 throughout the day, and they will be seeing a mixture of some sun and cloud. But they are going to be seeing some more cloudier skies definitely throughout the morning. So hopefully they'll be seeing that sun kind of break out from behind those clouds in the afternoon. Switching over now to Cold Lake, they'll be going to that low -10 as well. Seeing a slight breeze throughout the evening and then seeing that snow at times, although they are expected with a total of snowfall of 3 to 6 centimeters, so not as bad. But then tomorrow, Cold Lake will be looking at a -4 and seeing a mixture of some sun and clouds, so not looking too bad tomorrow for Cold Lake. And now looking at tonight for us here in the border city, -13, get prepared. We're seeing that low of -13, those double digits, and we will be seeing a pretty breezy evening and throughout the night. So make sure you are trying to stay inside and layer up if you're going to be outside whatsoever. And we will be expected of some snow of 6 to 12 centimeters. So just be prepared. We're getting some more snow. Bust out the shovels and get ready to wipe off your vehicles in the morning. And it's almost plug-in season as well. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. And then for tonight into tomorrow, we will be looking at -9, so seeing a cooler day for sure. And we will be seeing a little bit of sunshine, so hopefully that will warm up things slightly, but don't count on it. It's still going to be quite cold. And now we asked for some photo submissions. I hear of some people's costumes, so I wanted to post some here. This one is adorable. A couple doggos, love seeing that. Love seeing that. And then we got one of Lori, the little Spider-Man. Thank you to everyone that have submitted so far. Since I'm getting some gas. That's great. And this is the last one here from Heather. Love seeing that clan of your family there at Star Wars. So thank you once again to everyone. And that's all I have for now. We'll have more coming up after the break.
this week's edition of the Cattle Report. Here's Thomas Wildman.
We're here ringside at the Lloydminster Stockade Roundup here today, and as you can see, there is a show going on right behind me. So it's always been an exciting time here this Wednesday for the Cattle Report, and a great place to be doing it. I got the opportunity to talk with one of the organizers of this show about how the show has been going on so far this week and what's going to be coming up later on in the week.
Yeah, so the cattle moved into the barns here at the exhibition grounds Monday and Tuesday of this week. Yesterday afternoon or into the evening, we seen the bred heifer jackpot, that being called the Princess of the Prairies, which is a head-to-head tournament-style jackpot. So it was a fast-paced show and one that draws a crowd and certainly some camaraderie. Seen the Saskatchewan Junior Angus show conclude. Following them now is the All Other Breeds show and then the Speckle Parks. And then later this evening, we're going to see the Stockade Lady show, which is the yearling heifer jackpot. And then tomorrow, being Thursday, will be all of our other breeds. So we have the Semitals and the Limos tomorrow, and then the bull calf jackpot in the evening. And then come Friday would be the Angus shows, the Cattleman of the Year presentation at noon, and then in the evening our Supreme show followed by our social. It's been really, really positive. You know, we're lucky that year after year we have a great group of regular people that attend our show, and we always look forward to having these folks and their cattle in our barns. They're just a pleasure to hang out with, and the camaraderie is always real high, and the competition's there, but everybody's friends at the end of the day, and you sit down together at the end of the day and everything's good. It's a lot of fun.
And now for a look at your market report for the week of October 23rd to October 29th. There was 5,123 head of cattle on offer. And so looking at it, the young cows were 110 to 120. D1 to D2 cows were 85 to 95. D3 cows were 70 to 80. And slaughter bulls were 120 to 135. Now looking at good steers, 300 pounds to 400 pounds were 350 to 382. 400 pounds to 500 pounds were 280 to 333. 500 to 600 pounds were 250 to 275. 600 pounds to 700 pounds were 240 to 250. 700 pounds to 800 pounds were 230 to 250. 800 to 900 pounds were 230 to 245. 900 to 1,000 pounds were 211 to 230, and 1,000 pounds to 1,200 pounds were 200 to 211. And then looking at good heifers, there was 300 pounds to 400 pounds were 240 to 270, 400 pounds to 500 pounds were 235 to 260, 500 pounds to 600 pounds were 225 to 235, 600 pounds to 700 pounds were 210 to 225, 700 pounds to 800 pounds were 210 to 220, and 800 pounds to 900 pounds were 200 to 212. There was no butcher steers or 900 to 1,000 pound steer good heifers, or 1,000 pounds to 1,200 pounds good heifers as well. All right, and looking ahead, next week, starting on November 9th, is Farm Fair International. That will finish up on the Saturday, November 12th. And a lot of the cattle you see here behind me, quite a few of them will be going down to Edmonton, including a few who might be able to qualify for the Alberta Supreme that will take place there as well. And that will do it for this week's Cattle Report. For Primetime Local News, I'm Thomas Wildman.
And now here's a look at today's agriculture prices. On to football now. The Holy Rosary Raiders are getting ready to defend their WFL title at home after last week's win against the Barons. The Raiders practice once again ahead of Friday's match against the St. Paul Lions. This will be the first time the two teams have faced each other since their match on September 29th when the Raiders won 29-11. Head coach Vince Oreo says he's been pleased with the effort from his team throughout the season.
We're happy with the way the kids have progressed this year, and they put a lot of time and a lot of effort, and we've been going since August 16th, and I'm really proud of the effort they've put in. It's a commitment, right? It's a grind, and we're getting to that part of the season now where if you go all the way, there's only 5 games left, and it seems like it's been a kind of a blink of an eye since we kind of got started, but here we are, and we're going to make the best of our opportunity.
Kickoff for Friday's game is set for 7 o'clock.
Thanks so much again there, Jace Mackey. Yes, now taking another extended look at your weather forecast, we will be starting off with our central zone of the provinces. Now on the Alberta side, as you can see, we are cooling down quite a bit, seeing those minus marks now, so we'll have to get used to it. But at least we aren't seeing those double digits just yet. Most spots are just around -5, -7 degrees over on this side. Red Deer's in the middle, right there at -6, and Cold Lake is just at -4. So definitely have cooled down quite a bit with Edson, Whitecourt, and Rocky Mountain House, seeing that -7, but still not looking too bad, I would say. We are in the winter season, but we just aren't reaching those -20s yet, but it's going to be coming. So I think everyone's still kind of grateful for what we got going on now, besides, of course, seeing that snow outside. Going over to our Saskatchewan side, they are looking slightly cooler compared to the Alberta side. Most spots at -2, -3 over on this side. Over in Melfort, they are matching with us here in the border city, as well as Cold Lake with -4. So just a few degrees warmer compared to the Alberta side, but still seeing those minus points. Going over to our northern zone, they have cooled down quite a bit as well. Most spots at -2, -4 for Flin Flon and over in Wollaston Lake, while it is -7 and -9 up in Uranium City and Stony Rapids. So they are looking the coolest, almost hitting those double digits, but not just quite yet. So they are looking a lot more cooler in our northern zone. And as we go back over to our Alberta side for our northern zone, they are looking cooler as well, especially for High Level and for Chipewyan, seeing those -10 and 11. So definitely we're cooling down quite a bit for today. -9 for Fort McMurray, while the rest are just a couple degrees warmer. Grand Prairie is actually quite cool as well with -8, but we got Slave Lake and Peace River at -5 and -7. So definitely have dropped quite a bit for today. But as we go over to our southern zone, they're kind of matching with us here in our central area, although I know they did get some heavy snowfall warnings lately, so hopefully everybody is safe out there. You know, everyone's driving safe because, you know, the snow is starting to hit hard. -4 for Lethbridge, Coronation, and Banff. Seeing that -6 in Calgary, and I know Calgary got some serious snowfall, so hopefully everybody there is being safe and driving okay and staying warm out there. And we're seeing that -3 Medicine Hat, so temperature-wise, they are definitely matching with us more in our central area, so not quite hitting those double digits either. And we go over to our Saskatchewan side for our southern zone, and wow, they are living lavish for today, especially over in Estevan, seeing that 10 degrees. Wouldn't that be nice? Seeing that 1 mark for most spots with Moose Jaw, Regina, and Yorkton, so they are just getting close to that minus point, and seeing that -2, -4 for Kindersley and Swift Current. So they have reached it, but they are still looking quite warm compared to the rest. So not looking too bad over on this side as we are checking them out. But now looking at some overnight temperatures that we will be expecting tonight in spots in the surrounding area. Definitely cooling down quite a bit for our evening lows. Bonnyville, Provost, and Paradise Hill, seeing those double digits with a -11, a low of -11, and a low of -13 that Provost will be seeing tonight. So definitely cooling down quite a bit. Make sure you got your furnaces ready. Isla Cross and Meadow Lake will be looking at a low of -6. So seeing that minus mark, but not hitting those double digits just yet. And most spots will be expecting a lot more flurries throughout the evening. Some spots will just be expecting around 2 centimeters, while Meadow Lake will be seeing some serious stuff to 5 to 10 centimeters expected. And Isla Cross will be expecting that 3 to 6 centimeters. So just be safe once again out there. Looking at some more spots, they are definitely seeing the coolest conditions tonight expected. Murnum, Wainwright, and Calgary expecting that low of -13, while Pearson and Unity will be looking at a low of -10 to -12. And as I was saying before, most spots will be seeing those flurries as well in these areas, so just be prepared. Definitely going to be cooling down quite a bit. Murnum will be expecting that 1 to 3 centimeters, so not too bad in Murnum. 2 to 4 that Pearson will be expecting throughout the evening, and the rest will just be a little bit more cooled down for tonight, although they will be seeing a slight chance of some flurries. They won't be seeing too high of some snow. And now ending off with our 7-day forecast for here in the border city. Thursday, tomorrow, we'll be looking at -9, so seeing a cooler day, but we will be seeing some patches of sunshine throughout the day, so hopefully that kind of helps warm things up. Friday, starting off the weekend, -2, so slightly warming up on Friday with that single digit with -2, and that will continue into Saturday, seeing that -2 throughout the day for our weekend. Although on Saturday, get ready, we will be seeing a high chance of some snow, around 96%, so we won't be able to get away from that. and expecting 5 to 10 centimeters, so just be prepared. Hopefully everyone's got their winter tires on. As we were showing some winter safety tips, you got your wardrobes ready, the coats and whatnot, and make sure you're getting ready to plug in those vehicles because we will be cooling down quite a bit. And then Sunday ending it off, we'll see that -8, so cooling down more a little bit on Sunday as we head into next week. Then Monday starting off next week, -10, so starting off quite cold with a 60% chance of some flurries once again. Then we won't be seeing too much flurries next Tuesday and Wednesday and seeing that -2 and -7. That's all I have for now. Our Jason Mackey, our Hammer News coming up after the break.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
I'm proud to introduce author Carrie Carter to the program. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Primetime Local News to talk about your book, Whiskers Abroad.
Thank you for having me on. This is really exciting. So I did have a book and it came out. It just launched on October 6th and it's called Whiskers Abroad, Ashi and Audrey's Adventures in Japan. And I know it kind of sounds like a kid's book, but it really isn't. It's about them traveling through Japan, and it's a woman and her cat named Ashi, and it's their experiences as they go through it. It's part travelogue, part magical realism, and it's also a part guidebook. You know, the places in it are places you can go, and the advice is actual advice you can follow.
So I was wondering, what inspired you to write this book?
Actually, my sister did. I always had a string of day jobs that I never really cared for that much. And so I'd send out an email every year, like, here's the things I like, pick a career for me. And my sister finally goes, why don't you just take them and write something about them? Write about cats in Japan and travel and food. And I was like, wow, that's a really good idea. And that's how Whiskers Abroad was born.
Now, is there a specific reason you selected Japan?
Yes, actually, because me and my husband have been there 14 times. So I was familiar with the place and the food, and I've experienced enough things there to be able to write about it.
Now, another key point that I really wanted to ask about is why you decided to have these cats as these main characters traveling around Japan.
Well, I've always liked cats, and so I just wanted to incorporate cats into the writing. And it originally started off as being a spy novel, but then my sister's like, just keep it to what you know, you like travel, write about traveling. So, and I was like, well, what's interesting? A cat traveling through Japan and talking about it, you know, keeping a diary about it. That's way more interesting than a woman traveling through Japan, don't you think?
What would you like readers to take away from your book?
I want them to see that you can have your own, or get the sense that you can have your own adventures. Because Audrey and Ashi have adventures, and you can have your own by, you know, just going out there and doing it. And I hope it inspires them to want to travel. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be Japan, just, you know, anywhere. It could even be within the United States and Canada.
Now, I know authors don't really like to include spoilers, but can you talk a bit about some of the aspects of Japan and Japanese culture you included in your book?
Oh yeah, it includes a lot about the culture. And you have to keep in mind, this is from a tourist perspective. You know, it's not somebody who lives in the culture or someone who was born in Japan. So things may seem a little weird to someone who's like in Japan, but you know, we talk about the food, and there's a lot of stuff about etiquette. You know, don't put your chopsticks down in your rice. It's something that's done in funerals and not during everyday eating. And it just talks about stuff like that, and just casual everyday observations.
I'd like to thank you so much again for being here today.
Thank you. It's nice being here.
And off with another quick look at your 7-day forecast. We will be seeing a little bit more sun tomorrow, so enjoy it because as you can see, a lot more cloudier skies are coming in the days ahead after that. Seeing -9, so definitely cooling down quite a bit, but warming up slightly on Friday and Saturday for our weekend, although get ready for some more snow on Saturday with 5 to 10 centimeters, so just be prepared. And then we will be cooling down Sunday, ending off the weekend into next week, also catching a little bit more snow, so make sure those shovels are busted out. You will be needing them. And then we will be cooling down next Tuesday and Wednesday, but we won't be seeing too much snow, so that's better.
Well, at least there's that. Thanks for that, Shelby. And thank you all for joining us for Primetime Local News on this Wednesday night. Make sure you guys stay safe and warm tonight and drive safe tomorrow. We'll see you then.